Hello everyone. This tutorial will help you step by step to assemble the PlatformeOne sliding system by Glida. Start by attaching a flexible track to the traction box. Place it in the desired position and secure it with 4 screws in the corner holes. Connect the necessary flexible tracks to compose your path, connecting the shortest terminal track at the end. Temporarily screw some flexible tracks to your base to lock the path and give it a temporary shape. Allow the last 3 flexible tracks freedom of movement so that the terminal track can move freely within the guide of the traction box. Once the path is defined, connect the flexible racks together, usually 2 long and 1 short magnet carrier, and lay them inside the flexible tracks for the entire length of the path. Once the path is closed with the flexible racks, make sure that they lay perfectly flat relative to the underlying flexible track. Help yourself by sliding the last flexible track inside the guide of the traction box to find the right distance and tension between flexible tracks and flexible racks inside the path. The correct tension is achieved when the flexible racks and the curves are parallel to the underlying flexible track. Once the flexible racks are moving flat, screw the terminal track inside the guide and all the other flexible tracks with the remaining screws provided. Using the 2 metric screws provided, proceed to attach the motor to the cover. Then insert the motor shaft into the large toothed gear. Rotate the shaft inside the wheel until you find the right fit, and then push it all the way in. Position the cover to close the traction box, making sure to intersect the teeth of the large gear with those of the smaller gear, already mounted on the base previously fixed. Screw the cover to the base at the 3 existing holes. Position the bi-adhesive labels throughout the path, applying them alternately to the edges of the flexible tracks and in the traction box, paying particular attention to properly apply the labels to the 4 corners of the traction box and near the central channel. After that, you will be ready to cover your path with the provided sheet. It is important to align the sheet to the traction box, covering it completely. Verify that the sheet covers the entire path. Lay it on the base, pressing on it, and check that it rests evenly. Note that if the sheet is not perfectly flat, the system may have problems properly dragging the subjects on the path. Once the path is covered, we move on to the electrical part. First of all, make sure that the power supply is not connected to the domestic electrical network. With the power supply, you will find a connector. Screw it to the 2 wires coming from the motor, red and black, as shown in the video. Connect the newly prepared connector to the power supply. Connect the newly prepared connector to the power supply. Place one of the magnetized plates provided on the path, or a subject already magnetized. Connect the power supply to the domestic electrical network and turn it on at the minimum. The system will start and begin to move the flexible racks and subjects on the base. If the direction of rotation is not correct, from right to left in this video, turn off the power supply and unplug it from the domestic network. Now you just need to reverse the position of the 2 wires previously screwed to the connector. Cover the motor with its cover and position the rest of the subjects and/or magnetized plates on their respective magnets along the path. You are now ready to use PlatformeOne by turning on the power supply and adjusting the speed of the movement at your leisure. Great! The tutorial is finished. I hope it was helpful. Thank you all for watching this video. From the Glida team.